But what people tend not to focus on is what you're doing today that actually isn't working. And that's what's important to really think about, because think about traditional training and the way we try to teach people today. The one thing when you think about web-based training in particular is exactly what you are seeing on the screen right now. Let's see what happens when I hit the next button every single time. So I can get to the end, take the assessment, cross my fingers, get that 80%, and I am golden, right? That is what happened. I have done it. The question is, when people do that, are they learning? No, but they are checking the box that they trained, right? And so traditional training has just as many gaps as immersive learning does. And it's just a question of, are you really going to take a step back and look at what you're doing? Right now, and this particular stat is not specific just to VR, it's all of our immersive learnings, because we've got different simulators that we deploy. Some that are conversation simulators powered by AI, some that are system simulators to help people understand how to navigate systems. But all in all, when we take all three of those together, we are on a pace to have them complete 700,000 practice sessions in a year. Okay, and so to us, that is critically important, because if we try to get people to practice 700,000 times traditionally, it would almost be impossible. It's here in their focus. And because they're focusing more, because they're practicing more, then now they are getting trained faster. They are now a little bit more confident to do what we've asked them to do. One thing I'll share specific to some of the modules that we've built is we focused on, again, things that we were struggling teaching people traditionally. And one of those things is how to react to a bank robbery. And we started to look at our current training today, and it was filled with bullet points of do this, don't do this. We had them watch some videos, and then we basically said, all right, you're all ready to get robbed now, right? It wasn't sufficient. Right? And to be honest with you, even with VR, you're not necessarily 100% prepared to stand and deal with that type of situation. We also had situations where we were looking at using this from a contact center perspective. And when we initially decided to do that, there was a lot of pushback. Like, how in the world are you going to do a contact center environment? Like, what could you possibly learn? These folks are just on the phone. Well, here's what we did. We wanted to actually give them the opportunity to have these conversations with clients, but just go beyond that, because here's what they don't get the ability to do today, and that's actually see the client that they're speaking to. And so we wanted to allow them to see their clients in these particular simulations, because we wanted to instill the fact that there was a real person on the other end of that line, one who just lost someone. All of those types of scenarios to help them be more empathetic from that perspective. Again, it's something that this modality allows us to do that traditional training just does not.